Live we are. Good. Hey everyone, how are you tonight? Excuse me. Tonight we're going to make a gorgeous smoked salmon dish. I've done this in restaurants all over the world. It's gorgeous. Really simple, really quick. So to get started, we'll do our pasta first. And I'll get that right up and get that water boiling. I want to cook the pasta in the video. By the time the pasta's cooked, the rest of everything has to be ready. So I'm going to do a salad. And I'm going to do a smoked salmon. Lovely smoked salmon pasta dish for you guys. So a little bit of salt we need for the water, just to show you. It's important when you're doing pasta that you put a good bit of salt into it. Have it like basically like sea salt or seawater. That's how salty it should be. I'm sure we've all tasted that at some stage. Now, so let's get cracking here. First of all, we'll get our pan, just get it warmed up. Now, you get your bits chopped first and a little bit faster chopping. So, I'd advise you just to have these few bits chopped. And it's much quicker and easier on you to do it then. Now, chopped onion. If you want to see how to do this, it's on my YouTube channel. Let's see how to easily chop an onion. Yeah. A little bit of oil in that. So a little bit of olive oil. My table is very low. Very low. It's about, I'd say it's a good 6 or 7 inches lower than the counter should be, so I'm in the middle of getting set up here in my new place. Half my stuff is down in Cork and half my stuff is up here. It's a bit of a pain. Anyway, so this dish is great. If you want to do chicken, if you want to do vegetables, if you want to do pork, you can do that, no worries. So saute off your onion. Medium heat. You don't want it too high because you don't want to brown the onion. It's a cream dish, so you don't want any colour at all in that onion. I haven't done a video for you guys in a while. I'll be doing them now that I'm set up in my kitchen. I'll be doing them regularly. So I'm just going to use the squeezy garlic for handiness sake. So about half a teaspoon, equal to about a clove. Put in 1 clove, you wouldn't put more than that into this. If it was a tomato based dish, you could put more garlic into it, no worries. But not for the salmon. It'll overpower the salmon. Now, so just turn it down just a small little bit. Remember, you don't want to colour the onion because it's a cream dish. If that was a tomato based dish, you could do. I wouldn't either, depending on the dish. I wouldn't really either, but if you can, if it happens, it's not a big thing. If you blacken it or brown it and you're doing a cream dish, it's going to show up in your pasta dish and it's not going to look very appetizing to some people. So, pasta. My water's just about boiling there. Open our pasta. So, we'll do about half the pack. I'm using this, get it in Tesco's. It's not expensive, it's quite a nice pasta. So we'll give that a second more to boil there. And what we'll do is we'll add just a tiny little drop of oil, about a teaspoon. You can use any oil you have, no worries. That smells good now. Now you can use white wine in this if you have it. If you don't have it, just use a little dash of water now. About a tablespoon. If you have white wine, about a tablespoon of that. You can really smell the wine. So what you want to do now is just turn that up because you want to reduce it. You want the wine to evaporate off, so you just got that flavour. Our water's almost ready there. We're ready with our cream. Put a dash of cream in there. You can use creme fraiche for this as well if you want, about 250 mils or 200 grams creme fraiche if you're using it. So now turn that, it's okay there, about 5. About medium on your stove at home. So we'll get our spring onion. I'm just going to slice that. Keep the rest for our salad in a moment. And we'll just stick that in there. It gives a nice, just different texture, slightly. And then we've got some lovely fresh chopped fresh parsley here. This is the flat leaf. And just take the stalk off of it. And just coarsely chop it. Not that it's chunky or anything. You just see like that. You don't want it to be staining your board. You're chopping it too much. You're putting the flavour on your board then as opposed to into your pasta dish. Now that smells great. So let's grab my smoked salmon here. And this is just a pack of smoked salmon from the supermarket. Just slice it up. Now, if you're cooking for 4, I'm only cooking for 2. If you're cooking for 4, use the whole pack. Our water's boiling. Our pasta in there. Now, so what we'll do is we'll get ready for our salad next. We'll do our plate of food. Now that's not got anything raw and it's got salmon, it's got some vegetables on it, so it's fine to use that knife. I'm going to give it a bit of a wipe, a wash, but you're okay to keep using it because of the smoked salmon. It's not a raw product, you're not cooking, or you're using the same salmon basically. It's going to be served the way it is for the pack. Now, so what we'll do is we'll grab, I've washed my lettuce. I'm using baby gem. You can choose to use iceberg, you can use mixed lettuce leaves if you prefer. This is nice, it just gives a lovely sweet flavour. So we have our baby gem, we have some pepper for garnish, we have some carrot for garnish, we have some spring onion, we have some lemon, we have some radishes. Now I have a courgette here. What we'll do is cut that, grab your grater and grate it as much or as little as you want. Now this is totally optional. Into your pasta sauce. A spoon for that. Of course, like every house now, I'm going to a drawer with about 1,000 cooking and anything that's looking for one thing. So I don't know if you've seen my post earlier on. I'm going to be doing excuse me, I'm going to be doing this Christmas, I'm going to be doing my live videos again as usual. I'll review the meats and everything from the different supermarkets, stuff like that. And if you can this year, please engage with your local butchers. They really need the business this year. So have a chat with your local butcher and see you doing a nice turkey and ham. Get a bunch of friends together and go with 5 or 6 of you and say, hey listen, we'll all buy our turkey and ham off you if you can do us a nice price. And I guarantee you, you'll get a great price. I didn't choose the best thing to start at now, it's sticking in it, but however. Of course I have one right beside me. There's that one. Yeah. So just make sure it doesn't stick to the bottom, that's all. And I strongly advise you to hold the handle of a pan as well, because that could go everywhere. You have a child there, that's very hot water. Now look at that reducing down nicely. Now we can just turn that down to 1. That basically, actually flick that off. That basically is just about ready. We need to put in a little bit of dill. Now I'm using dried dill, so dried herbs are about 4 times stronger than fresh herbs. So if you can get fresh dill, which you can get Super Value, you can get it Dunn's, you can get it in Tesco's. No one seems to have it. Dried dill is very strong, so be careful with that. It can easily overpower your dish. So just put a little in, taste it. You see me there, I'm going to put like 1/4 teaspoon. Taste it, see how it goes, but let it infuse, let the flavour infuse into the sauce. Don't just put it in, taste it and go, oh, I need more. Just give it a minute or 2. You know, our pasta's cooking there. I'll be ready in a few minutes. So just give that little taste and make sure that you're happy before you add a little bit more. It's so important because you'll overpower it so easily with the delicious. really delicious. Now just turn that down slightly. We're overflowing. Now, what that definitely needs, and what all pasta dishes need, is pepper. It's very important. I have 2 mils here, and the reason I have 2 is one is useless and one is good. That's the bad one. I think they're both bad at this stage. So a nice bit of pepper into that, black pepper from a mill. You get those, all the supermarkets do those. I find Super Value is one of the best. Yeah, I like a lot of pepper. A little bit of a stir there now. Our pasta's cooking away, so let's get on to our salad there. So grab a bread knife. Just a nice, crusty baguette. You can use ciabatta. You can leave the bread out altogether if you prefer. Totally up to you. Move that to one side there. Give this a little bit of a wipe so we don't have breadcrumbs everywhere. Hence I'm using the different board. So we'll just get a little bit of pepper. So all I'm doing is I'm just getting my garnish is basically ready. Making it so that when I put my salad together, it's quite simple. So salad is something you don't really want to leave sitting there, really, is it? And also, get our lemon wedge. What we want to do as well is we want a little bit of this for the dressing. Yeah, just want a little bit of that carrot. And we want our radish. Now you can change this to suit yourself. It's just a really zesty, nice salad, refreshing. Great for Christmas, actually. If you're doing Christmas dish here at home yourself, it's a great salad to do because it's not too heavy, you know. So let's grab our leaves. So we want to grab the small sweet ones, the inner leaves, as much as we can. And you put down on the bottom, you can put the bigger ones, and then just get them around nicely, like so. Stay still. And there's your lovely sweet little leaves. You just want some of your peppers. Now, let's get our bread and give our pasta a little stir. How are we doing? Just a minute off. So let's get our bread, and dot our bread around the plate. Very simple, nothing difficult about this at all. Salmon. So just grab your smoked salmon. Again, I'm just working on a small little space, trying to do the video for you. Just grab a little bit of salmon. Now, the best way to do salmon like this, turn it over. And look, there you go. Lovely slice of salmon. Now, I don't want one that big. So we just got that down the middle. I'm just going to put that on like that. Like so. You want it to have a little bit of height. So when you put it down, give it a little bit of a twist. And you see the bit of height rather than just a flat piece of salmon sitting on a plate. See, let me show you. See the difference? And you give that a little bit of a twist. Give it just a bit of height. Of course it's gone flat now, as I'm saying. Now, let's check our pasta again. Almost there. Almost there. And good pasta al dente. Al dente means just with a little bit of a bite. So I'll show you in a moment. When I break open, if there's a little bit of a white dot in it, it means that it's not ready to go. So just stick a piece of radish on that. Get a little bit of my onion. Sprinkle it around. Yeah, get my lemon. And just give it a little squeeze. So much or as little as you like. I have some parsley leaves. And I'm just going to dot some parsley and flat leaf parsley around it. Flat leaf is better than the other one, early one. Just when you're doing things like this, it looks a lot better. Easier to kind of chew as well for your guests. Now I wonder, in my other house is, but let me show you. Let me show you with this. Grab a lemon and just give it a bit of a skin. Just get a little bit of that zest. Not much. Don't go long strokes because you're going to get long, chunky bits. Just to see that, just a little bit. Now there's just a bit of courgette on that, so that's grand. You can even put a bit of courgette on that too if you like. Now, stick another couple of wedges in there. A little bit of parsley. And this is just olive oil, just a good quality olive oil. Just a drizzle. And we need a few twists of the peppermill. Just get each piece of salmon with a bit of the pepper, a bit of the oil and a bit of the lemon. So when the guests just pick it up, they get that lovely flavour you're after trying to give them. And then just a little sprinkle Parmesan cheese, making sure again you get a little bit on each little bit of salmon. And there we are, we're done. Leave those peppers there, why not? Why would we waste them? Why would we waste that radish? Look, lovely. Wipe that board down now. During about a live video, I'm wiping it onto my floor. Don't you do that at home. Put your hand down and clean it up. Only that I'm on live video, I'm doing it like that now. So now, let's move that over there. And that nice, simple smoked salmon. And give that to a platter of friends or something. Obviously not during this bloody COVID times. And let's have a look at the pasta now. Ooh. I wouldn't advise you to do this at home. It's hot. Cool it down under a tap. Now, do you see? I don't know if you can see it there. Little white bit missing. It's gone. It's not there, which means that's ready to go. Delicious. Now, grab over to my sink. Next week you'll be able to see me. My whole kitchen. Delicious. Now, I'm washing my starch off. I have it in a strainer, I'll show you in a second. And just a little rinse of a cold tap. Just to wash some of that starch off, the fat you don't want. Get rid of some of it, if you can. Now, let's flick this bad boy back on. Want it on high, because we want it to reduce. Now, clean the board. So I'm going to just grab this. I'm going to grab another couple of bits of salmon. Cook these just nice and thinly. The thing about the salmon is when you're reducing it, the first bit that we put in, that's flavour. It's going to break down, look. It's going to break down. Now that you're serving it, you want to get a chunk of nice salmon in the dish when you lift it up and you're eating it. That bit in there, that's got the lovely smoked salmon flavour we're after. And now this, separated. Bung your pasta in there. Get that out of there. Give it a stir. This is when you do the mix. Get the mix, get it mixed well now, because you don't mind if you break that salmon up. But this salmon, keep a little bit back. I think that's the nicer bit there. We'll keep that bit back. And put the rest in. We'll just give it a little mix around. And then straight off the heat. Straight off the heat. I'll grab my bowl. Look at my bald head coming underneath. I was watching, here now, you be quiet. I was always a little bit mortified by the fact that my videos aren't as professional, but I'm watching all these professional people doing their videos during the lockdown, and I'm not too bad. I was watching some CNN reporter last night in the middle of a live broadcast from her home, have to get up in the middle of it because I think it was her microwave or dishwasher or something start beeping at her. Anyway, now, don't forget when you're dishing, push some of the pasta back and grab that sauce there. Delicious. Yeah, and give our board and our plate a little wipe. Just clean around the edges. And then grab your little bit of salmon. Parmesan cheese. Not much, not much. Just to see that, just a tiny little bit. Overpowered, it's just going to be salty because the smoked salmon is salty. So I didn't need to use the stock pot in that, if you noticed that. I have it sitting there, but I didn't need to use it, which was great. Oh, here, another thing. Let me show you this. If you want just a little bit of extra colour in your salad, because I have the carrot sitting there. Now, there you have it, folks. Delicious smoked salmon pasta and a delicious smoked salmon salad. Thanks for watching. On Monday evening, I'm going to do, what am I doing? I'm doing prawn and scallop linguine. You can just do prawn linguine, or you can do chicken as well, or vegetable if you prefer. But I promised you the prawn and scallop linguine, so I'm going to do that this week. I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be delicious. Listen, thanks for watching. I will talk to you in the comments for the next hour. If anyone has any questions, please comment away and I'll reply to you, no worries. I'll talk to you soon, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.